Veronique Rivest is here with me this morning. By the way, Algonquin College graduate, #2 sommelier in the entire whole universe world. Isn't that right?
It is.
I think that's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
And I was asking you about being a sommelier. It isn't just about knowing wine. It's about knowing wine in totality, right? And other spirits too. But the region, geographics, types of soil, this is the kind of information that you have to retain up there.
And it's not just France and Italy anymore, right? I mean, China is the 5th largest world producer of wine.
Wow.
India's making wine. Uruguay, I mean, keeps getting bigger and bigger.
South America's been doing very well there too. And of course, California, Niagara, BC, huge wine producing areas. Prince Edward County just down the road from us as well. So
and getting international recognition too. I mean, we're making some pretty good wine.
Yeah, and you have a big event coming up at Algonquin College?
Yes, on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. We're going to do a, it's a bit of a fundraiser to help me cover the costs for this, which are huge.
Yes.
We're doing a wine tasting. I'm going to do live blind tasting, competition style.
Okay.
Participants get to do the same, taste the wines. We all try the wines together. We're going to have some food served by the college, and it should be a fun night.
I think that would be awesome. I want you to tell me, first of all, what you have in your hand there.
A bottle of wine.
Okay. She's passed the first test.
Echoes Riesling, 2009 from Taws, a great winery from the Niagara Peninsula.
And 2009 was a great year?
A little hint for a little, nod to our own wines.
I like that.
Yeah. We haven't had any particularly really bad year.
Oh, good.
Recently. And I mean, with the expertise of the winemakers, working the vineyards properly, even in lesser years, it's very possible to make some good wines.
Even in a year where we had a strange winter last year, was almost a non-winter, and then into a very warm spring, these are things that haven't affected us too horribly?
It's always tricky, right? It does, but as somebody who works, good winemakers are basically farmers. If they're out in their fields, out in the vineyard, and listening to Mother Nature and working with the plants, there's ways to still make good wine in difficult years.
So hobby winemaking isn't really possible. I mean, it is, but it's,
the results will be, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you might have more mitigus results.
So what do we do? I wanted you to take me through how to taste wine correctly, because we have the #2 sommelier in the entire world.
Okay, first of all, I just like to, the only important thing is, do you like it or don't you like it, right? You don't have to go more complicated than that. If you want to, fine, we do that. We get a little bit geeky, right? But all that counts, and people are so intimidated by wine, and that annoys me. Wine is not more complicated than any food.
And by the way, if someone says it's a great wine and you don't like it, that's valid, right?
Exactly.
It can be a great wine and you don't like it, so what?
Exactly. In French, we say les goûts, ça ne se discute pas. You can't discuss taste, right? Taste is personal.
Exactly.
Okay, but if you want to do it the way we
I do.
do it,
I want to pretend.
3 things, right? Visual, nose, and then taste. Visual, there's quite a few things. So I'm looking against your sheets, right?
Yes.
Because we always look against a white background. If you look against a green background, the wine's going to seem green. Okay, so something white. You look at the color.
We white balance the wine almost.
The
Our cameraman Ryan's going to love that. Anyway, go on.
The color can give you a lot of indications, right? So here one are relatively pale. Can tell you something about the grape variety that's not too colored, the climate. If you look at it well, there's a lot of greenish reflections.
Yeah, I do see that.
In the wine. That can be a sign of a youthful wine or a wine that has a lot of acidity. Okay. This is a Riesling from the Niagara Peninsula. So pale colored, often has a lot of green. When you swirl it around, the way the wine comes down along the glass. Exactly. The legs are the tears. Can tell you something about the viscosity. So kind of, is it a full-bodied wine, a lighter bodied wine? Right. These come down relatively quickly, so I'm thinking we're probably on something quite light. It is 10% alcohol.
Okay, so you can tell that, and like an Amarone for red wine would really slowly come down the glass.
Exactly.
Yeah, higher alcohol and all that. Gotcha.
See, not complicated.
Now, the nose.
Nose.
Right in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. It smells
Isn't
good.
that beautiful?
It does.
But I'm a big Riesling fan, and it's something some of the best wines we make in Ontario are Riesling. Go ahead.
When do we get to do this?
Okay, no, you have to tell me what you smell.
Okay.
Most people, see, that's the difficulty. We smell things, but our memory of smell is not developed. So that's something you work on. You smell everything. I have my kids coming up to me in the kitchens, and Mom, close your eyes. And they put something under my nose, and I have to guess what it is.
Okay, so this is something you're constantly trying to develop.
Exactly.
We're out of time on this one. I'm now going to taste it.
And
That's sharp, huh?
Isn't that slightly off dry? Really fruity. Apple, lots of apple, bit of peach, a bit of lime.
Like a green apple, by the way. Like
yeah,
that's what
it's got that acidity.
I love it.
It's got that bite.
Yeah, I like it.
Great, great, great wine.
This is delicious.
Isn't it?
Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Wednesday night, 7 p.m.
At Algonquin
College. Drop by and learn a lot about wine. Have some fun with it. Thank you very much, Veronique. We're up next. We're back in just a moment as I drink the rest of this. This is how I taste it, by swallowing.
Sorry, you tell me to go, I go. The other way tasting can be wrong.